Welcome back, my friends, to Darren Bernard's Poor Boys Crafts. Remember today, if you like what you see, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and share it to all your friends so we can get that name out there. Today, we're going to be making a Gypsy Circus wagon. It's going to look something like this. Looks daunting, but it really is fairly simple. I went ahead and cut everything out, but I'm going to go over the sizes and everything, so it'll be pretty easy to do. Remember, you can always fast forward, rewind, and all that just to see all that. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to be using some figurines that I got over at Infinite Storm Studios. You can get them see them on Facebook. Good friends of ours. We buy a lot of their miniatures. They're real cheap, and so we're going to be using some of them to kind of sit up there on there. Just like that. They're pretty good miniatures that you can just stick on there, and just a little bit of added stuff on there. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right to it. First off, you're going to need 4 wooden wheels. These are 1 1/4 inches. So you're going to need them. You're going to need about 1/8 inch dowels, about 3/4 inch long, sharpened at the point for the axles. You're going to need your axle block, which goes underneath of the wagon. Then we're about 1/2 inch wide, squared, and about 1 3/4 inches long. You'll need 2 of them. For the seat, you'll need about 1 5/8 by 3/4 inch. You'll need a block for the seat as well, about 1 inch square, cut into a triangle. That's for the seat. And then for the wagon itself, for the base, it's going to be 2 inches by 4 inches, squared up. Then you're going to need, let's see, this. I got to remember what they are. This is the top, 2 inches by 3 inches. This is the front and the back. I do believe these are 2 by 1 5/8. Yeah. 2 inches by 1 5/8, front and back. Then you got the sides, 2 inches by 3 inches. And then you got which would be the top pieces here, which are 1 inches by 3 inches. That's all the pieces that you need. It's real easy to do, so we'll get right to it. We're going to start with the base. Always start with the base. Right there. Now the base, you notice I haven't corrugated or anything because the base has to look like hay on the inside. So for that, we're going to grab our wire brush. There it is. Our wire brush. And just like you would make with wood, you're going to go and scratch at it. But since you want it to be hay, it's going to be kind of like make little swirls. Just in the 3 inch mark, not in here, just the 3 inch mark. Just kind of just swirl it around. And that'll make it look like hay. Now on the 1 inch mark here, you want it to look like wood, so you go straight. That'll be the difference in your texture. Now, since this is going to be inside, now we're going to have to paint this before we put it together. This is the only hard part of this build. We have to paint. Now I'm using a pale daffodil. So we're gonna paint the inside first. Had to loosen up my brush. It was kind of stiff there. There we go, just like that. That's all we got to do there. Now that'll dry pretty good because we didn't put a black coat on it. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over. Now you notice I still left the black on the bottom there. That's just to give it some security. Okay. Put that in the water there. Put that over the side. Now we're going to deal with our wheel bases. We're going to try to make it look like wood, so we're going to go straight with our straight, and then we're going to do the same to the other side. Okay, we got these marked out to make it look like wood. Next, we're going to grab our pencil around the edges, do little circles just to make it look like a tree trunk. Same on both ends. Just real quick. And on both sides. And now we're going to glue them on the bottom. We're going to come in about a 1/2 inch here and then about a 1/2 inch on the 3-inch mark. So on the bottom, use our trusty little glue gun. Come in about a little less than a 1/2 inch. Then about the 3-inch mark. You notice I'm not measuring it. I'm just guesstimating. But once you get good at it, you get really good at it. I put it right on the 3-inch mark there, which is fine. And that'll give you a good base for your wheels. Now, we're not going to attach the wheels yet. Oh, still wet. But that's why you wear an apron. Saves your clothes and keeps your wife from yelling at you most of the time. And I need all the help I can get. Trust me on that one. Okay. Because I do bad stuff and make her yell at me. Alrighty. Next, we're going to do the sides. Now, if you'll notice, the sides are cut out. So we're going to take our 2 sides and our pencil. Now, I'm going to freehand this, but you can measure if you want to. But we're going to come in about a 1/4 inch. About like that. All the way around it. And what you notice is I put my finger here at the same length coming down, and I'm always at the same width. That's kind of a carpenter's trick. And you stay at the same width all the time. And that gives you a straight all the way around. That's just a little trick you can use to do that. Now, using your knife, be careful, kids, because these are sharp. And we're going to cut that window out. You might have to turn it over on the other side to get the rest of the cut out. Looks like my blade's getting a little dull. Might have to go with my other blade here. There we go. Now I got a window for my side. Go with my other one. That's a lot sharper. Yeah, if you got a dull blade, it'll just rip your styrofoam up. Just go a couple times around it, and pretty soon you'll be all the way through it. Might have to go over to the other side to finish up your cuts. Pull it out, got yourself another window. Okay, now again, these once they're glued on, they're going to be, want to have to paint the insides, but we'll hold it off there real quick. No, we'll go ahead and paint them and then put them on. For these, they're going to be our nutmeg brown. We're at least going to paint the insides. Okay. Grab me out another brush. Before we do that, we better corrugate them. Now I'm also going to bring a pencil down it to make it look like 4 pieces of wood nailed together. Sometimes I get the horse before the cart, but I'll make them look like that. Just be real careful with it. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and paint these, and then we're going to attach them to it just like that. Okay, we got them painted and glued into place, just like that. Now we're going to be placing the front part on, just like it is here. And that's going to be a wooden piece. So we're just going to take our pencil, and we're going to run down it. Again, just eyeballing it. Just making little lines to make it look like wood. Just like that. Then we're going to go on the back side, do the same thing. Just like that. Then we're going to paint it and attach it right there. Okay? Okay, we got the front on there. Got it all corrugated and placed in there. Painted on both sides. Now we're going to do the back. Now this one has like a door in it. So what we're going to do with it, again, just like we did the sides, go about 1/4 of an inch. Except this time, no bottom. Excuse me. Just like that. And then this piece that we're cutting out of there, we're going to take that same method, 1/4 inch, and make the window. Try to make sure the way you cut it out is the same way that you'll be putting her back in. Try not to lose that frame. Just got to be real careful as you go. There we go. Pop that out. There we go. Now we got a frame. Now we're going to corrugate that, making it again look like wood. First of all, we'll Mark the boards. And we'll take our brush over it. Then on the side ones, flip it over. Do the same thing. Just like that. Make it look beautiful. Then we're going to paint it and then attach it. Okay, we got the back one attached. Still got the door to go. Door does fit snugly right in there. So the door will be just like that. Before we put it in there, we're going to put the bars in it. We have some toothpicks painted black. Okay, the entrance measures approximately 1.25 inches. So I'll take my toothpicks, nip off the tip there, mark it about 1 3/8 inches, and cut it. Hopefully that'll be big enough to pull it together. Yeah, just like that, about 1 3/8 inches. Grab my next one. Nip the tip off. Mark it about 1 3/8 inches. Snip it. I want to put about 3 or 4 in there, whatever works. Uh-oh, cut that one a little short. That's why I have a mess of them there, just in case that happens. Sometimes mistakes happen. There we go. Yeah, if you cut them a little long, it'll stick into the foam. One more will fit in there. Just like putting a band in a watch. Kind of rough. Then just to be on the safe side, we'll put a little bit of glue. Smooth that down. A little bit of glue. That'll hold them in place. Theoretically. A little bit of glue on the front. There we go. I'm going to use my brush to smooth them down. Always wipe off my brush. On the apron, not the pants. There we go. And now we have a cage door. Now we're not going to glue that in, but I want to take one of the pokes that I took off there. I'm going to stick it in the door for a handle. Want to glue it on there. Let that dry before I stick that in there. There we go. I'm going to Stick that in there. There we go, just like that. Now I'm going to take a piece of thick cardboard paper. You can buy that at Dollar Tree. You want to cut about a 1/4 inch paper off of it. We'll cut 2 of them. These are going to be our hinges. Put a little bit of glue on that. Be careful, that is hot. It's 1 hinge. Next hinge. In place. Let that dry real good. And I'm going to hold my fingers on it to get it to bend. Might have to reattach some glue. Yep, going to have to reattach some glue. Little sticky. There we go. Takes a little bit of finagling sometimes. There we go. Let that dry. If you start moving it before it dries, then you have your problems. Keeps on wanting to come apart. This is the tricky part of the whole thing. Go. There we go. Open, close, open, close. There we go. We have a working door, ladies and gentlemen. A working door. Very good. Now, if you'll notice, we got a couple little lips here. So we're going to take our razor blade and ever so gently trim it down, because we want the tops to match. We can always repaint this. Kind of bring it to the other one. Just like that, so that it matches. Same way on the other side. Came loose. We're going to have to apply a little bit more glue. There we go. Hold it just a second. There we go. That'll work. Just like that. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like the way that's we're looking. Okay. Now we'll have to put the bars in, and we're going to put a top one, and then the other top, and the front there. But it looks like we're about the 25-minute mark, so we're going to make this a two-parter. But come back for the second part, and remember, if you like what you see, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That's Darren Bernard, Poor Boys Crafts, and then share it to all your friends and family, and let's get that name out there. Okay. See you in part 2.